You know me well enough. Like, you're never going to hear me say I feel great. Right? And so I feel like we have our next challenge.
Well, there you go. There's Sean Payne. Welcome to Altitude After Dark, kind of a special version of it as we reflect back on the playoffs and where the Broncos now stand after, well, mostly the night's done. One more game still going on, and we'll update you as that goes. But yeah, it's an interesting situation where the Broncos find themselves in. Coach Mike Sanford will be with me here very, very shortly, and we'll go over all the possibilities as we're just kind of catching up with everything. So a lot of your comments, we'd welcome them for sure. What are your feelings? Yeah, what a game. Bears and Niners tied at 35 with less than 8 minutes to go in the fourth. So that one's a humdinger. Purdy having the best game of his career. I bet San Francisco is in the Super Bowl. Everything is going right for them, despite injuries, which have zero effect on them. Maybe, once you get into the tournament, man, like anything is possible. Keep an eye on this Sunday night football game. It's wild. Yeah, I've been watching it all night. It's a crazy game. Great game. Great, exciting game. But I don't think there's anybody that's dominating like that much in the NFC or, frankly, that much in the AFC. But we'll get through some of the scores. T-Man, hey, how you doing? Trent Williams' injury is significant. True. When will we know when the Broncos will play? Yeah, that's a great question. Because everything is like TBD right now. Now, the Chargers and Broncos game ain't what it's I'm updating things to see if there's any new news on it. Okay, thank you. I'm just getting notification that I'm indeed live. Thank you. As I look down on my phone and I see myself. Yeah, a lot of headlines about Phillip Rivers. I mean, that's it for him, right? Like, why would the Colts keep him at this point? I mean, nice try and all, but, it didn't work out. So I think the broadcast said we would know the schedule by the end of the game. Yeah, I know it was supposed to come out Sunday night for sure. I'm just checking for you. Nothing yet. Not that I see. Hold on. One more place to check. Yeah, not yet. But the probabilities are, because I understand everybody's curious where it will go. Schedule announcement after the Sunday night game. Okay, that makes sense. It looks like they will announce after the Sunday night game. Okay, well, we'll be on here for a little bit, so maybe we'll get that live here. We'll certainly see. So if you want to stick around for that action, we will see if we find out. We want to thank our sponsor, and Mike Sanford will join me in just a little bit. But we couldn't do anything without our great friends at Journey Spice. We love you, Journey Spice. And if you use this QR code right here, you can save yourself 10% using the code GetSpicy. And no matter what the meal is, say it's a savory garlic on the Tuscan pizza, meatball soup, how about that? Pizza seasoning on a meatball sandwich. Move up here, and you can see the Tuscan just goes on so many amazing things. Fantastic. Za'atar, avocado mini toast. You can use it on the cheesy rolls. And in terms of, well, I don't know, make your own pizza, there's all sorts of great seasonings that can go right there. Look at that Journey Spice. KC barbecue rub on that chicken pizza tastes delicious. It's the best. It's Journey Spice. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Fantastic. We love you, Journey Spice. More on our great friends at Journey Spice. And don't forget, it's organic. It's mom and pop. It's Andon and Rosa. And if you want a delicious meal for the new year, goes best with Journey Spice. All right. What are the possibilities? Let me get through some more of your questions. That might be a good way before Mike gets here. I want the Broncos Saturday night going to be loud and chaotic at Mile High. Well, I mean, there are two games that are actually going to mean something, and I just don't know what the priorities are. But like the Tampa Carolina game will be for all the cookies for the division and the playoffs, or neither one makes it. the Baltimore-Pittsburgh game, how about the Browns? And I don't think Shedeur played great today, but I just can't stand Aaron Rodgers. It's not like I'm a gargantuan Ravens fan. I just like to see Aaron Rodgers lose. So how does that impact the Broncos? And it goes to this question. What's your take on the Chargers resting players? Okay. The way the playoffs lay out is that the best odds for the Chargers, they can't get to that 5th seed. They cannot do it. The Texans win the tiebreak over Buffalo and the Chargers. Oh, how about that Buffalo game tonight? Oh my gosh. But the Texans win the tiebreak over Buffalo and the Chargers based on head-to-head sweep. All right. So the Texans take on the Colts next week. So not exactly, I don't think all that tough. And I have no idea why Phillip Rivers would even be on the team at that point. It was cute that he got his high school kids to the game today. That was nice. But at the end of the day, the Colts start 7-1 and they missed the playoffs. They were eliminated today. The Chargers win the tiebreak over Buffalo based on best win percentage in common games. So if they win, they stay basically where they are now if they win and the Bills win. So that, and they can't beat the Texans. The Texans, though, could possibly, beat the Jaguars for the division, but the Jaguars have the Titans. And I don't know, that's hard to imagine them losing to the Titans. So it's hard to imagine the Colts beating the Texans. It's hard to imagine the Titans beating the Jags. So most likely what you'll see is exactly what you have right now in terms of Broncos, Patriots, Jags, 1, 2, 3. What a performance by Drake May and the Patriots today. And they have the Dolphins. And the Dolphins can be a weird team, man. They can be a weird team. But the Patriots are obviously favored to beat the Dolphins. And the Broncos, if you didn't know, are a 7.5-point favorite to beat the Chargers. So they're a pretty heavy favorite. So it's I'm spending a long time to explain, what I think the Chargers will do. The Chargers have a choice to make. Do they want to go all in and stay at that 6th seed? If they stay at the 6th seed, now you got to follow this math here. If the Broncos do beat the Chargers lose, they stay at the 6th seed. They could drop to the 7th seed too. So if they lose and the Bills win, the Bills have Miami, right? Then the Chargers would go to 7 and the Bills would go to 6. Right? Yeah. So if the Chargers lose, now this is interesting. If they lose, they would go to play the Patriots. If they win, there's a very good possibility they would play the Broncos. Because the Broncos, first of all, wouldn't have as good as record as New England, and the Broncos would lose the tiebreaker to the Jaguars. So the Broncos would be the 3rd seed. So the irony is if the Chargers win, most likely they would be playing the Broncos again at home. The Broncos would be the 3 and the Chargers would be the 6. If the Chargers lose, they would be the 7, theoretically, if Buffalo wins, and they'd be taking on, theoretically, the Patriots. So if you're the Chargers, would you rather play again in Denver the week after? So you play this Sunday and then you'd play, or Saturday, we'll see how the scheduling goes, or you'd play the next Saturday and Sunday. I think the Chargers would rather just play Denver again. I think they would. And I think that's enough incentive for them to go and play all their starters and go for the win and play it all out. I think that's more in Jim Harbaugh's nature anyway. And in terms of the Broncos, I don't care. Don't care. The Broncos have so much incentive to play all out to get the number 1 seed. It's kind of ridiculous. And Sean Payton has told us as much. What are the 3 goals? To win the division, which they did. And Sean Payton was having fun on Twitter today with Zach Stevens and recollections of the Saints against the Rams. That was funny today, Sean. Sean with a sense of humor sitting on the couch. And it's in his nature anyways. They have the first place. There's zero reason why the Broncos would lay down at all this week. And with a couple of extra days off, getting this mini bye before the last game, this is fantastic. And with the Chargers playing like poop when they needed to play better this weekend, because the Chargers have an ability to charger. And then what are we looking at then? The Broncos are the number 1 seed. They get the bye week. And if things go chalk, the Patriots would beat the Chargers. The Jaguars, if they happen to win, the Jags would beat the Bills. And your 4th seed is the Ravens against the Texans, or the Steelers against the Texans. And I think that's where you're going to have an upset right there. I think the Texans will beat the Steelers or the Ravens. I think they're a better team, and I think they get that win. So if the Broncos get the win and everything goes chalk except for the 4-5, then your first round opponent at home would likely, in my opinion, be the Texans. And then, you got the Jags and the Patriots. If things go chalk, I don't know. I would assume the Patriots win that. And then you'd have the Broncos and the Patriots in the AFC Championship game. But it would not surprise me if the Jags pull up the upset there. And that's what I want. I don't want a reunion of 2015. I want the Jags to have to come back here in January and for the Broncos to beat their ass. That's what I want. So there you go. As far as I can tell, I'm happy to get your thoughts on it. Jags over the Patriots. All right. Didn't really realize that game against the Chiefs is a practice game on how the Broncos control the ball. Controlling the ball 8 to 10 minutes per drive makes your offense opponents cold. All right. You have the Jags over the Bills in a theoretical wild card game. Well, they would be the higher seed, and it'd be played in Jacksonville. And the Bills are bizarrely inconsistent, as they proved again tonight. And they don't have a kicker. They can't trust their kicker. Prater got hurt. They brought in they don't have a kicker that they can trust. I mean, I don't know what to say on that one. I mean, you're playing at home. You got a lot on the line. Kick the extra point. Take the game to overtime. But they didn't want to do that. Jags is the best case scenario. It feels like Herbert is more hurt than they are letting on. Yeah, I'm not afraid. Are you guys? Is anybody out there afraid of the Chargers? I was way more afraid of the Jaguars than Chargers. Not a little bit, way more. I wasn't afraid that they were going to beat the I wasn't afraid that they were going to beat the Chiefs. They figured it out one way or the other. Let's see here. Bills D sucks. Yeah, it's not been great. Purdy's better than Josh Allen. No, he's not. Niners just scored to go up by 4 with 2 minutes left. All right, we'll keep our eyes on that. What's up, DMac from YouTube now? Go Broncos. Thank you. Appreciate you watching. I want the Jags. Honestly, think we will go to the Super Bowl. Well, if I had to bet on the path, I would bet that it would be the Broncos get the number 1 seed because I am predicting them to beat the Chargers. And then you'd host, I'm going to guess they'll host the Texans. and then I think you'll face the Jags. And we bring on Coach Mike Sanford, all dolled up from his appearance on 9 News. And I'm sure you guys were talking playoff possibilities and scenarios for the Broncos tonight. That had to be a large topic of conversation there at 9 News.
Yeah, it sure was. How you doing, DMac? Last time we were on was Thursday. Denver Broncos were not AFC West champions for the first time in a decade. So that's a pretty unbelievable feat. To me, I didn't have a chance to say this on my appearance here with Klisser and John Titch, my guy. But this is kind of a moment in Broncos history. As I actually watched the Elway documentary this morning. Well done. Have you watched it yet, DMac?
I have, yes.
It's pretty cool, man. Pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, very cool.
I liked it a lot. Just historical perspective of even the city of Denver and what the history of sport in Denver I thought it was awesome. But this is a significant moment in the history of Denver sports history, in the history of this franchise that really a kind of a four-headed monster over time rolled into Denver to deliver it maybe from some previous situations that it needed to be delivered from. And that four-headed monster really started, with the Penner-Walton group, Kerry Walton and Greg Penner, with George Payton 2, Sean Payton 3, and Bo Nix 4. I mean, that's really what it is. The four-headed monster is the maturity, the business-like approach has led to being in a position to not only be in the playoffs, but have a very advantageous path forward. And that's right there in the grasp. So with everything that's taken place today, we talked about, potential playoff scenarios. The Chargers they're going to want to win. All right. Jim Harbaugh, I worked for him, coached for him for 2 years. First of all, I don't think he really knows what not competing really looks like. I don't know if that's anywhere in his DNA to be like, yeah, we're just going to be okay with the 7 seed. Let's get healthy. Even if it might be the smartest thing, that's not something that Jim Harbaugh is going to inherently do. And then number 2, like they have a chance to be a 5th seed. They could bump all the way up.
How would they get to 5?
Well,
that does confuse me because Houston has the tiebreaker over them right now, as would the Jags.
So Houston loses.
Houston loses.
And the Chargers win, their record's better.
Just on, I see.
They're just
All right.
The tiebreaker. So, obviously, all this stuff.
I see. Here's my problem. Okay,
yep.
You're right. Let me just go. Houston's playing the Colts. Okay. Jags are playing the Titans.
Like the Colts. The Colts made today's game was pretty uncomfortable against the Jags. They were leading for a good chunk of that.
But if you're the Colts now, it's done.
Yeah, I guess Phil Rivers is really done, right?
You can release Phillip Rivers as you should.
Right.
He can go home on the same plane with his high school kids.
Yeah.
And now, listen, somebody pointed out to me, the Chiefs had nothing to play for, but the result was so much closer than last year when they had nothing to play for. I don't know how to describe it other than to say Week 18 is just its own thing. Mm-hmm. And you can't compare. I don't care. Any other week is not Week 18.
Right.
So unless something happens in Week 18 and you want to compare it to another Week 18, I'm just telling everybody it's the only week of the year that teams literally think it's better to lose than to win if they're out of it.
Right.
That's it. And when they have nothing to play for, which is funny because a lot of teams had nothing to play for today and they're just going balls out to try to win. But something changes in Week 18, Coach, in terms of how teams get worried. And some teams get cheap and don't want to pay off some bonuses could be achieved. There's a lot of weird things. Why does everybody think fantasy football doesn't go to Week 18? Mm-hmm. This is championship weekend, rightfully so. So I don't accept any comparison to any other week except if it's week to week with Week 18.
Yeah.
That's why the Chiefs allowed themselves to get blown out by the Broncos last year. Now, I will say this about the Chargers because I don't know the health of everybody.
Well, it's not good. Chargers' health is not great. I'll tell you that.
then I know it's in Harbaugh's nature. And I said the same thing before you came on here, by the way. I think the Chargers will play all out. I do
absolutely
think
going to play.
now,
I'll
I don't think that's the smart thing to do.
Why?
Oh, because it matters more in the playoffs than it does than in a regular season game, and you got to play somebody tough on the road no matter what.
So the Chargers have the chance to leapfrog potentially. Talked about the Texans with just overall record, not head to head, and then it would be
That is such a stretch, though, Mike, to think that the Texans are going to lose to the Colts.
Yeah, I agree.
But and we don't know what. In fact, we'll be finding out here relatively shortly what the schedule is for everybody, which will have I mean, if the I don't know, but why would the Chargers and the Broncos game be featured on a Saturday? Like, why would they do that when you have two games that are literally all or nothing for the division titles?
Who am I drawing a blank on? That would be the other wild card team.
Wild card team.
It's on the AFC side.
Bills.
Bills. Yeah, because the Bills. Who do they finish up Week 18 with?
Miami.
Okay. Yeah, and
who can be pesky? Miami can be pesky
because it feels like Mike McDaniel is potentially like still coaching for his livelihood, maybe.
Well, they're going to play. They'll be a team that plays all out
for sure.
They're trying to save jobs, and they're not. Yes, and Mike's coaching for his job, and don't forget it was McDaniel that got Bradley Chubb hurt. By playing in a meaningless game. So I mean, that's just Mike. That's what he'll do. So they'll go all out. I have no doubts about it. They're not going to lay back. There's no reason for them to lay back. So what if somebody gets hurt if you're the
So my question be as it relates to
Bills. Oh, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. Bills play the Jets. I'm sorry. My bad. You're right. I'm thinking New England. New England plays the Dolphins.
Miami.
My bad. Same thing though. I mean, So
the Chargers aren't going to leapfrog. They're going to end up the 7th seed, aren't they?
Probably. And the irony is, if they win, likely the Broncos become the 3rd seed. So
I know.
If they win, they'll just be back here in Denver the next weekend.
Yeah, you really want the one seed for Denver. Really want it.
If you're the Chargers, would you rather play the Broncos again in Denver or play New England in New England?
Right now, if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I want to play the Broncos at Empower. I haven't lost to Sean Payton and Bo Nix.
I would too.
Yeah.
I would too. So listen, I said all of what I said to agree with you in the first place.
Yeah.
I think the Chargers are going to go for it. I think if I'm Jim Harbaugh, I would prefer to play the Broncos again in Denver. I think the travel is less. I think your opponent. You have just scouted them. You've just played them theoretically. Theoretically, you just beat them. So I think it's hard to beat teams multiple times like that, and beat a team 3 times in 1 year is tricky, but whatever. I think to go to New England, and the Patriots are just rolling right now with Drake May. What a performance he had today, huh?
Good, man. Cow. Really good.
So if I'm the Chargers, I'm going all out to beat the Broncos. And if I'm the Broncos, I'm going all out to get the number 1 seed. So to me, I think both teams are going to go for it. I'm just not aware of how many injuries the Chargers have, Mike. You sound like you're more familiar than I am with that.
I mean, you know that both their offensive tackles have been out. I mean, Slater was out from the very beginning of the season, and then Joe Alt, the all-world offensive tackle who was taken out of Notre Dame, he's been out as well. So and really like that offensive line is beat the hell up, and Justin Herbert is also it's adding up on him, man, and he's playing hero football with as much as he's asked to do, with the lack of the running game that they typically do have. I mean, that guy's falling apart, and you're starting to see it play out late in the season. With the loss that they took this weekend, he's beat up, man. He is beat up.
How great was it though for the Broncos just to have this weekend off, though, bro? I mean, how great was that?
It was great. The schedule for the Broncos played out brilliantly. I mean, it played out so well.
Yeah.
And you know what I would say? Saturday would probably be good for the Broncos.
All right. I just got to figure out, because there's only 2 games on Saturday. So why would TV want the Broncos and Chargers?
I mean, solely Harbaugh, Peyton. I don't know. And meaningful football game, right?
Okay. Well, we'll see. I just think the fact that you have an NFC team, 2 teams, the Tampa and Carolina, and then you have AFC teams, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. And to me, Pittsburgh and Baltimore is Saturday night special, baby. Like it's all on the line.
So Chargers would go in round 1. They would most likely, if they end up the 7 seed, they would play Pittsburgh.
No,
they'd play
New England.
If
we just go chalk, if we just take it from where it is right now, they would. New England right now is the 2. Don't forget, the reason why the Broncos have the tie break is because, unbelievably, the Raiders beat the Patriots. That is so crazy in week 1, and that is the tie break that the Broncos won, because they have the same division, the same conference record, and shared opponent thing, whatever it is. It comes down to that tiebreaker, shared opponents. And unbelievably, the Patriots lost to the Raiders in week 1.
Seattle versus San Francisco potentially also might be for the division straight up next week.
That's a good one.
What's the score right now in Sunday Night Football?
I got 38-42. The Bears have it on the San Fran 31-yard line, 1st and 10. So that one is juicy right now. Super juicy. That's a banger right now. Let me throw on the old Peacock, and I can give you some more live updates as we go.
You're going to put the Peacock on, huh?
You're going to put the Peacock on.
As you should.
Get the Peacock going.
That's good for everybody, man. Throw that guy out there, Cat Cave likes it. Big fan.
All right. I got the game. We're getting okay. I got the game rolling. So I want to get a copyright thing, but I got it going. So I'll give you updates as we go. It's streaming, so there'll be people in the comments that'll have the results before me.
Yeah.
All right. What other thoughts from today overall when you were trying to catch up? And by the way,
Shedeur Sanders, baby.
Shedeur Sanders, what?
He was fun to watch in the first quarter and a half. I'll tell you this, though. He outplayed AFC North, most likely AFC North champion Aaron Rodgers today. He outplayed him, man. He outplayed
hold on, timeout. Do you think Pittsburgh's going to beat Baltimore now?
Yeah, I think Baltimore's.
No way.
I think Baltimore's an absolute train wreck.
Yeah, as long as you give the ball to Derrick Henry, I think you found what's missing there.
I think they're a train wreck. I really do.
That's too funny.
And the Packers are falling apart too, by the way.
Oh, the Packers are done.
The Broncos ruined the Packers.
The Broncos ruined the Packers.
They broke Matt LaFleur. His hair, like the really good barber edging and stuff, got ruined by the Broncos.
Yeah. All right. The reason, listen, that's a hell of a win by Cleveland. Unbelievable win by Cleveland. Okay. Shedeur was throwing interceptions that his dad was pulling his cowboy hat over his eyes. Okay. I mean, there was
all he does.
All you need was a first down, bro. You couldn't pick up and I'm not blaming Shedeur on all of that.
You didn't like his the ball that he threw up like to the heavens with Jerry Jeudy retreating, throwing a pick where he could have exhausted the clock. Dude. I'll tell you this, man.
Dude.
I love watching Cleveland Browns football with Shedeur Sanders as the quarterback.
It's fun. Okay.
It is a great.
I'm with you on, it is entertaining as hell.
It is unbelievable. Because there's some good, there's some really good too, man. There is some good, DMac. There is, especially for a team that's as bad as it is.
My thoughts with Shedeur is that he's shown plenty to deserve a shot to compete for a spot in the NFL.
Yeah, I agree.
But if I'm the Browns, I'm not just saying, okay, he's my guy moving forward and that's it without consideration of what else is out there. But there's got to be some level of competition. So
Little update from the Bears Niners.
I'm looking at it. Yeah.
4th down and 5, I believe. Is that
Are
right?
you ahead of me? You might be ahead of me.
No, I'm reading our comments.
Oh, I can do you a little play-by-play if you want.
I like when you do it.
All right, we're in a timeout right now. There's 33 seconds left. Caleb Williams. Actually, there was just a drop. I'm not sure who dropped it, but one of the receivers for Chicago had a first down. So it was a good throw by. But this is it. This is the game right here. 4th and 5. If not, if they don't get this, San Fran's just going to take a knee and walk away with the W. So here we go. Boom, boom, boom. They're going 3 wide. Oh, Colson Loveland, because he's really a receiver, not a tight end, right? So they got 3 wide, gun, back next Caleb, motion. Here we go. Niners bring 4. Wide open. Wide. I think it's Loveland. I believe it's Colson Loveland. It is for a first down. Now they're in the red zone, and they call a timeout. That's their last timeout. So there you go.
So if the Bears end up winning this football game, they have the best record in the NFC, or no? Would they be tied with the what the Seahawks do today?
Seahawks won.
Okay,
they made it interesting, but they won. They'd be a game.
I was watching it, and it was funky.
Yeah, it was a funky game. It'd be 12-4. The Bears would be 12-4. The Seahawks are 13-3.
Okay.
So
what
the Seahawks game
Eagles
was
at. That was a huge win for
well, they had already won the NFC East, so that was just a seeding sort of deal. And yeah, the Seahawks beat the Panthers 27-10. It was funky, but they weren't really. Yeah, it was whatever. All right, we got stick around, a little bit of a live watch along here.
Yeah.
Williams in the gun. We got again 3 wide with a running back, rushing 4, scrambles, throws it in the end zone, throws it away. 21 seconds, 2nd and 10. But I think they're just taking shots at the end zone here. They can pick up a first down if they needed to, but they don't have any timeouts. So you got 4 shots in the end zone as far as.
And this is you said it's 2nd and 10 from the 12.
I'm not exactly sure what yard line it is. Hold on. Oh no, it's inside of the red zone for sure. I think it's a little further out than the 12. Hold on. Could be wrong. Could be the 12. It's like the 13. So, okay. But it's like that.
Yeah.
So here we go. Same setup. 4 wide, back, throws underneath, hook and ladder, and tackle for a first down, but they got to spike the ball. They threw a hook and ladder at the 4-yard line.
Just like the Bills 9, did, man.
8, 7, 6, 5, spikes it. Wow.
So one play.
The Bills threw a hook and ladder on 4th down that was sweet.
It was pretty sporty, man.
4th and 10.
Dadgum sporty.
Damn, they just threw the hook and ladder at the freaking 13-yard line.
Ben Johnson, man.
Wow.
Ben Johnson is
dude, that's sick.
Yeah. You know what's funny is we all thought Dan Campbell had massive cojones. We're starting to learn out that the guy with the huge walnuts was actually Ben Johnson.
Hey, by the way, when you watch this, watch the discipline of the zone defense of the Niners. They didn't flinch. Mm-hmm. They didn't bite on the hook and ladder at all. All right, here's one play. We're going 3 wide, back in motion. Can swing to the back. He can run it in. A little pressure. Now there's no pressure. Now there's pressure again. He's backing up. Desperately throws it in the end zone, and it is incomplete. The game is over. The Niners, no flags. The Niners beat the Bears 42-38 on kind of a wild, crazy play.
What a great football game, man.
They started rushing 4, and then they sort of kind of dropped back. So they only rushed really 2 at the end of it, and they just dropped everything back.
That was an 80 spot that was hung in terms of the over-under?
Yeah.
Was that what it was? An 80
I don't know where the over-under started, but I doubt it was 79 and a half.
I would guess it's closer like in the 50s maybe like 50, 48 or something like that.
Hey, how'd you like the Bills going for 2 rather than tying the game at the end of that one at home?
It was so predictable. I thought it was so predictable.
What do you mean?
I knew they were going to do it just because of like playoff seeding, go for the win. At least we know where we're at. I don't know. What did you make of it?
I thought it was dumb, but I think it was as much because their kicker they have now. So I guess well, they've had some issues here because Prater got hurt. So I think it's Badgley, I believe.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he had his extra point blocked when they scored with like
Yeah, that
4
was
or
going
5
to make
minutes
it.
to go.
I was going to make it a six point game. Instead, now it's a
Right.
7-point game.
So I think it was a combo meal of they don't really trust their kicker, which is a tough spot to be in going into the playoffs. And, the ball's at the 2-yard line. We arguably have the best quarterback in the world. We trust him to make the right decision. And he did have the receiver there was wide open. I mean, the play was the right call. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. Dude was wide open, and Allen missed him. I mean, like,
Are the 49ers the best team in football right now?
No, they are not. No. The Broncos could do fine against the Niners. The Jaguars would be fine against the Niners. The Patriots put up 38 points or something in the first half, coach. Something like that, 35, 38, something like that. No, there's a lot of teams.
Well, you know what the Niners are doing is they're playing against good teams and winning football games.
I think Seattle's well, we'll see, right?
I think that division right now is proving to be
the Rams. You're gonna say the Rams aren't as good as the Niners? I don't know. The Niners are good. I'm not trying to put them down, but like, I don't think they're any kind of slam dunk. I think the Eagles could play with anybody at this point. Now that the playoffs
are 12 and freaking 4 right now, man, and they had so many injuries throughout the course of this year.
Yeah, they're good. I'm not trying to put them down, but like, I don't think anybody stands heads and shoulders above anybody else in either division. I think the scariest team, I think the dark horse Super Bowl team right now is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I agree. They were a juggernaut, man.
I think they're the biggest total package that you can buy. Like, Trevor Lawrence has the right experience. Liam Cohen, although I don't like him,
I think right now him and Ben Johnson are the two most confident, but like confident with substance back.
Yeah. I'm just not really buying quarterbacks in their second year over somebody like Trevor Lawrence who's playing so well.
Yeah, and Trevor Lawrence, like, a lot of people want to say that he was a bust. Like, that guy was really good about 3 years ago. I mean, I can't remember the exact season. He was really good.
I think he's quickly becoming a Jared Goff-like sort of dude. Quickly. Like, yeah. I think he's a bit of a bust. Oh, look, he just got his team to the playoffs. Oh, let's just write him off. Oh, actually, he's pretty good. I think how do you like that comparison? Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff.
Well, I can see from a career arc perspective, but the only thing I tell you is, like, Trevor Lawrence, again, saying the whole, like, the total package of the Jaguars as a football team, Trevor Lawrence is the total package that Jared Goff would never be because he can't run. He's a complete non-athlete.
Yeah,
I know you're not comparing the actual player, but from a career arc standpoint, I can see that perspective where he was a productive player that had some early success, but it wasn't sustained, and ultimately a franchise had to make a decision: are we gonna stay with them, or we're gonna hedge our bets and go get Stafford? And they went and got Stafford. So.
All right, we're gonna hang on here just for a little bit, okay? Because I do want to just be here for a few more minutes, Mike, because I do wonder when we're gonna find out about games and timing and everything.
Absolutely.
And I've been told that it's gonna happen after the game, so just give us a second here. We'll see if we can't figure this out together. You're going to hear from our great friends at Journey Spice.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Thank our friends at Journey Spice. Use the code GETSPICY and save yourself 10% at goodoldamazon.com. Before we find out, and hopefully we're on here when it happens. If not, well, okay. We'll certainly get to it sooner than later. Dude, I don't know what to say about the Snoop Bowl. Like, it was a riot.
It was so fun.
Every single part of that bowl game, like every single part of it was kind of awesome. So
I had so much fun on the call. I was.
Know, you're working with a guy who I didn't know would be, and I guess he has done games for the CW, but Tom Brenneman did not have a great exit from baseball, my friend.
No, full candor.
You know that?
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Juan,
Okay.
Castellanos. Let's go.
Yeah, you worked with him last year, though, too, I believe.
No. So I did the radio.
You did the radio.
I did the national radio broadcast.
Oh, I am so sorry. I thought you were doing TV.
No. I have a face. You know this, DMac. I have a face for radio.
Oh, okay. All right.
Okay.
All right,
so the update is Broncos.
Okay.
According to our very own at Bleed Orange Blue, Broncos Sunday at 2:25 p.m.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And 49ers versus Seattle is going to be the Sunday night game. Is that right?
Okay, that's right.
Yep.
And then Saturday is going to be Tampa and Carolina.
That makes sense.
And well, I'm guessing. Do you have the whole schedule there?
Let's see here.
I'm guessing it'll be I'm guessing
How quickly does ESPN update their slate? Let's see.
I don't know how you got your guy going so quick like that.
Yeah.
Oh, you're just looking at like the schedule.
No, I'm looking at our commenters right here.
Okay.
Okay, here it is.
Oh, so our commenters have it. Well, so ESPN.com hasn't updated it. All right, let me look at the comments.
Okay, I got it right here. Are you ready? So your week 18.
What are you looking at, by the way?
I just got X. I looked up X, so I got it done. Okay, so Saturday.
Yeah.
First game is a 2:30 Mountain Time tilt between the Panthers and the Buccaneers in Tampa.
Right.
The Saturday night game, which will be ABC, ESPN.
Got to be Steelers Ravens.
It's going to be Seahawks 49ers. Saturday night.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Then Sunday, the kind of the generic package is Packers, Vikings, CBS, Browns, Bengals, CBS, Colts, Texans, CBS, Cowboys, Giants, Fox, Saints, Falcons, Fox, and Titans, Jaguars, Fox.
Okay.
And then, hold on one second.
Are those all 11 o'clock games?
And then the Sunday night football game is going to be 5 p.m. Pacific time is Baltimore Ravens at Steelers for Sunday night football. It's a win and you're in, right?
Yeah.
And then the Broncos they're just so every game is going to be a 225 kick.
What?
Yeah,
that can't be.
It's what
huh? That cannot be.
That's leaked. Hold on.
There's no way that can be.
Okay, hold on.
There's zero chance that's the way it is.
Hold on. I got it right here. Okay.
We're start all the East Coast games.
Oh, they are.
425.
Every single
Are you
game.
Serious?
Every single. Okay. So there's not the typical 2 o'clock and then the 225. You know. So every single. All right, here it is. Every single of the 1 o'clock Eastern time, 11 a.m. Mountain Time games are all kicking off at 11.
Okay, all right.
And then Chargers, Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders, Manders, Eagles, Jets, Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, Cardinals, Rams, Lions, Bears are all kicking off at 2:25.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
All right. Well, all right.
7 games at 2:25 Mountain Time.
The games we care about. Well, what do we care about? We care about the Patriots and the Jags, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, because if the Patriots and Jags were both to lose, and I'm rolling my eyes at both, then you could get the number 1 seed with a loss. But
so the Jaguars,
but actually, you would lose. No, I'm sorry, I apologize. You would lose the AFC West. You would lose the AFC. No, you can't lose.
No, you can't do that.
No, you can't lose the AFC West. All right. Sorry about that. Yeah, right. So you would lose the one. No, I mean, if the Patriots and the Jags both lost, you would still have the 1 seed.
No matter what.
Again, that's Jacksonville against the Titans, and that's New England against the Dolphins.
Yep.
And the Bills are playing the Jets. So those, I mean, all right, so we're playing at 225 against the Chargers team, and that game's going to be important.
Sunday, 225.
Okay.
But
right.
am I right in saying that, DMac? There's a featured national in the 2:00 Mountain Time window. Their normal NFL games, there's a featured 225 kick that's one game. And the Broncos have had it when they've had Romo. Anytime they've had Romo and Jim Nance, that's been the 225 kick.
I think
It's
a
20 minutes. It's like a 20-minute later start.
I think you may get as many as 2 games at a 225 start, maybe 3 depending on the schedule. I know what you're saying though. So you're saying all the games in the late window, the second window, are all 225. Is that what you're saying?
This Sunday, and I think that the NFL does that,
yeah,
so that there's no advantage score watching.
Correct.
In terms of like kind of like the FIFA World Cup when they're like in group play. You know, they all have to start at the exact same time.
I'll take your word for it. All right. Well, what's your final comments now that we let me just say, how did you guys describe Snoop actually fielding a ball that was in play? I
saw it with my own eyes from the press box, and I was like, did he just fall? Like I saw him like he's 54 years old, like rolling around and falling, and I'm like, then I watched the replay. I'm like, that's actually really impressive for a guy that I'd say he's probably had some cannabinoids in his system pretty consistently over the last 49 years.
Still pretty lean.
Yeah, he's still lean. Still lean
machine.
That dude's a stud, man. He works his tail off. I will say that his private suite for the game was 2 doors down from where our suite was for the broadcast, or our broadcasting booth was.
Okay. And
I was able to go and go in there before all of his guests arrived. And it was awesome, man.
Awesome.
I mean, just the coolest. Like there was a life-sized cardboard caricature with downtown Tucson in the background with windows of he and Martha Stewart with their arms around each other. And I was like,
hysterical.
That is awesome. That is cool.
Yeah. For all the see, I don't know where you stand on this either, but like there's certain elements of just going to a bowl that I think are fun.
Darren, there were nearly 40,000 people there.
Okay. Like, so are we really anti pulling our nose up at bowls?
I was until I called this game.
All right.
So much fun, man.
So what's wrong with having a little fun and 3 extra weeks of practice if you're a college football team, even if you're Notre Dame?
I think that Notre Dame ended up looking bad in all of this. I do.
Yes. It's fun for the kids. It's fun for the fans that go. Yep. You're Notre Dame. You're not going to go broke because you go to a lesser than bowl.
No.
Nobody ever remembers the scores of these type of bowl games. All anybody remembers, did they have fun or not? And that's it. And it's up to you if you're going to have fun and you have a chance to work with your team for a couple of extra weeks. And I do think people forget, even though these kids are, a lot of them at the highest level, they are professionals.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, they're still 18 to 23 for the most part.
Like,
I mean, they're still young people.
Did you watch Kalani Sitake, who's losing his defensive coordinator? Like, he deleted a Pop-Tart with no crumb.
How did he do that?
He's done it before. Like, if you're a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, you don't delete beers. You know what you delete? You delete Pop-Tarts.
I don't know how he did it.
Because he's a trained professional.
Can I ask a technical question on this? Was it a warm Pop-Tart or a cold Pop-Tart?
I think it was cold, man. I mean, I don't think it would have been really hard to have that many toasters ready to go, like impromptu plugged in on a stage.
That is stunning for so many reasons. He could do that.
The amount of times that I've opened a Pop-Tart and it was already crumbed up. Like, I mean, he grabbed it and he was able to
dissolve.
At the same time shrink it, consume it. Like, there was zero trace. There was no evidence. That's the definition of deleting a Pop-Tart.
It was awesome. You on 9 News?
You know Zach Gelb?
Zach Gelb sounds so familiar.
So CBS Sports Radio. His father worked at WFAN in New York City.
All right.
He's become a buddy of mine. I hung out with him at the Army Navy deal.
Okay.
Unfortunately, just I think his what is it, like Xfinity something, Infinity Radio, which used to be CBS Sports Radio, was acquired by Westwood One National.
That'd be Infinity.
And so he no longer is he lost his show, and he was a big national radio host. Great guy. He'll land on his feet. He's awesome. Lives in New York. I was hanging out with him at Army Navy, and we had to go. And so he had like a full beer, and he's a big guy, and he just like, the beer disappeared, like that Pop-Tart with Kalani Sitake. And I was like, Gelber, I've never seen somebody so nonchalantly just delete a beer. That's what I was able to watch with Kalani Sitake, man. Like, it's like, if I try to drink a beer like that, I'm like
impossible.
Yeah. I'm like, my throat hurts. I have like, I'm a burp. I'm like, I kind of give like a little, I mean, he was just gone. Like, there's humans that could take 12 ounces down and, like you said, inhale. A second. Like, it was the craziest thing I've ever seen.
No, I'm not one of them.
No, I'm not either.
But good for those who are.
Final thoughts. Thoughts. Denver Broncos, AFC West champions. Don't stop, won't stop. Sean Payton, Bo Nix. I think this is an important game. I think it's a really important game for confidence levels. I think it's really important for the defense. I think it's important.
Do you like that it's meaningful enough that the Chargers likely will go all out? Do you like that there's a sense of importance for this game?
I do.
Yeah.
I also like that a good chunk of the AFC is got to play. That like the AFC playoff representatives, they got to play, man.
Yeah.
Like let's think about it. Clearly the AFC North, those two teams got to play.
Yeah.
Broncos, they got to play. They want the 1 seed.
They do.
Patriots got to play. They can't lose because they could slip down to a 3 seed if I'm not mistaken. Jaguars got to play.
Yeah.
The only team, like, did the Texans really have to play?
Yeah,
they can slip to a 7.
Yeah, if they care, I think they do. Yeah.
So So am I right in saying this? There's not one team that's going to be playoff bound that's going to have a week 18 take a knee.
I don't think so.
There's not one team.
Well,
not one team can take a knee. You sound like Sean Payton.
The Bills kind of could. Like if the Bills would prefer to play in New England rather than Jacksonville. I mean, it's going to be hard for them to rise up, but they're playing the Jets. So, no, the Bills. Am I got that right? Who are the Bills playing? The Bills are playing the Jets, right? Yeah, New England's playing the Dolphins.
Yeah, it's the Dolphins. Yep.
So the Bills are at the 7. They can't win the AFC East. There's not a huge benefit. I mean, unless you'd just so much rather play Jacksonville, possibly.
So Mike McDaniel's going to do his native Colorado a solid, I think, and beat the Patriots.
I don't know how that happens, bro, after today. But
where's the game?
The game, the New England game's in New England. New England's, I got the lines on all the games.
Give it to me.
The games, New England's a 10.5 point favorite. The Bills are an 11.5 point favorite. The Broncos are a 7.5 point favorite. So the Broncos are a pretty heavy favorite here in this game. Who else you want? Who else you curious about?
What'd you say for Jaguars?
Jags are, hold on. Jags are 10.5 points.
Okay. What are Broncos?
Houston's 10. Broncos are 7.5.
Wow.
I mean, all these
steep ass line.
Yeah, like all these games. The only game that's like, whoa, is
Baltimore. I would touch Broncos plus or minus 7.5 with a 10-foot freaking pole. Would you?
No.
Oh,
no, I would not. No. I think the Broncos are going to win, but I think that number is a good betting number.
Yeah.
Because I think the Broncos probably.
It's a fair line.
Yeah, I think the Broncos win.
Probably by 5.
I mean, something like that wouldn't surprise me. Like, I don't know, man.
What would
something like that.
What would a really commanding Broncos victory do for you? And
Nothing.
do for
Zero. It's irrelevant. It's not who they are. It doesn't matter. Talk to me next year about shit like that. It would do absolutely positively nothing for me.
why?
Because that's not who they are. They don't take the ball away, and they don't win by big scores.
What if they take the ball away and
No.
win by a big score against the Chargers who want to win this game?
It'd be more of a, well, first of all, it's the Chargers, so I would roll my eyes because the
same
Chargers
Chargers that have beaten the Denver Broncos, Sean Payton and Bo Nix 3 out of the last 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a big deal.
I got you, but the Chargers, they charge her, Mike, and we've just watched it here for like forever. For
Okay,
50 years, we've watched the Chargers.
we can just use past history of like Mike McCoy and Norv Turner and Marty Schottenheimer and who was the terrible coach most recently? Brandon Staley.
Brandon Staley. I was going to say there's actually 2 ex-Broncos there.
Yeah.
Staley and the guy, oh gosh, I'm forgetting who his name was.
I said McCoy.
No, it was before McCoy. That's 3. Yeah. Oh gosh darn it. I'm forgetting the dude's name. Anyways, yeah, Staley, terrible. I don't know, bro. Like, I like Harbaugh as a coach. I think he's a kook, but I saw Peyton's Places with him hanging out in the camper recently, and there's something endearing about him, and he likes the Rockford Files, and they were zipping down US 1 or whatever that highway is in California, and they were having fun.
Yeah,
so,
how everything went down at Michigan.
Yeah,
a lot of the aftermath of.
By the way, you like that hire? What do you think of that hire with Whittingham going to?
I know Kyle well. I coached against him several times.
Yeah,
very good football coach, very solid, but a Utah man. And the state of Utah in college football is very different than Big Ten football in Michigan and Ohio.
We're gonna clean things up, aren't we? There's a message being sent.
We'll see. Because
all right, any other point spreads that you got?
What do you have for Panthers Bucks?
Oh, by the way, real quick, Baltimore is favored by 3 in Pittsburgh. How about that?
Who do you want to win that game as a Broncos fan?
Well, as a Broncos fan, I should be pulling for the Steelers.
That's my sentiment.
Because nothing would be easier or more satisfying if they go chalk. But I just don't think it's going to go chalk. Like, I think the Texans.
Rogers looks so bad today.
Of course. I think the Texans are going to end up the 5, and I think they're going to just beat the 4, whether it's Baltimore or Pittsburgh. And I think the first round matchup for the Broncos, because I have the Broncos winning, I think the first round matchup for the Broncos is going to be the Texans.
Yeah.
I think the Bills will pull an upset over. Well, actually, that wouldn't work that way. If the Bills were to pull an upset, it would be the Bills. Would you rather play the Texans or the Bills?
Texans.
Yeah, me too. So we would have to hope that the Bills would go into New England if we're going chalk right now and lose. And then the Broncos theoretically would get the Texans. And then you would have a battle theoretically between the Patriots and the Jags. Who do you like in that game?
I like the Jags.
I do too. And that would set up a fucking sweet rematch with the Jags being here for the AFC Championship.
That's what I want.
That's what I want.
That gets my nipples hard right there.
Yeah, that's the juice right there.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So on that note, we should wrap things up. See, we just blabber on and on and on. But that's we appreciate everybody watching, liking, and subscribing, ordering your Journey Spice. And Mike, they're gonna have to play.
I like play. You got a moment of zen for me, DMac?
Yes, I do.
That wasn't a play. That was real.